Realty Nation, it's your host, Abhi Golhar. Welcome to the Think Realty podcast. If you are looking for the best rates for your properties, for your projects, this show is for you. Now, I'm excited about this because the gentleman, my guest today, he understands tech and he also understands loans. And he also understands investors. And he knows, what he has done is pair everything together, which I think is insanely awesome. And it makes my job of getting capital easier. We're going to talk about that, the process, and what it takes to jump onto his platform and really rock and roll in just a second, and what that means for you as an investor, not only from a time-saving perspective, but hey, the exposure that you could get to how many lenders, we'll find out in a little bit. Afterwards, we'll talk about remodeling projects and where you're going to get the most bang for your buck. I think right now that's important, considering that the cost of labor and the cost of materials is skyrocketing again because everybody wants to build a new kitchen and a backyard fireplace. I think that's what's happening. I think that's like the trend for 2021. I want a fire pit in my backyard, and I'm going to spend $15,000 for it. We'll find out exactly the 3 or 4 things that you can do to really see a higher ROI on your remodeling and renovation projects. Without further ado, I want to give a huge shout out to today's podcast sponsor, and that's Nevada Real Estate Investments, your premier source for cash flow investment property. Visit www.turnkeyrealestateinvestments.com to find out more. Let's get to the guest, the man of the hour, Damon Real. Welcome to the show, man. How are you doing?
Thanks, Avi. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. This is a great podcast, and any opportunity to share time with you is always great.
I share the same feeling. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do, man. I mean, I know you, of course, but some of you may not.
So my background is lending. I've been doing it for about 37 years, and with many of the biggest banks and lenders in the world. So prior to starting Investment Property Loan Exchange, which is my company, I had senior roles with companies like Ocwen and Citibank, GE Capital, and even Fannie Mae back a few decades ago. So my background primarily has been building new lending platforms. I've had the pleasure to build 6 of those lending platforms for other big banks and lenders, and finally decided to build Investment Property Loan Exchange and Loanbids.com from that information I've gathered through those 37 years.
So that's a lot of experience specifically in lending. What are some of the challenges that you found when you were building the software for those folks? Was it maybe the process was antiquated, the documents were just old, they were doing things and wasting a lot of time? What drove you to start Loanbids.com?
Well, realistically, the lending process, if you're working outside of just pure hard money, is a very formal process with laws and certain requirements for compliance that need to be dealt with. Plus, many institutional lenders have a large amount of lending requirements that are very detailed. So what we determined early on was that we actually don't want to be a lender. Again, I've got 37 years as a lender, and I decided in building Loanbids.com that we wanted to be different. What we wanted to do is kind of change the game and be able to create a platform where we're in support of the borrower and we're providing those services to help them identify the best deal, and then also help them through and navigate all those hurdles with getting that capital into their bank account, all of those loan processes. So what we've done is used a lot of our expertise, and on our platform, we have most of the top U.S. private lenders that are participating. And so what we do is 2 important things. First of all, we find that very best deal that fits what the lender requirements are for that particular property. Sometimes it's going to be the best rates and fees. Sometimes it's going to be, I want the least amount of my own capital out of my own pocket. And then other times I got to close fast. So again, what we do is we try to seek to understand on each particular transaction what those ideal factors are. And then we come back with a set of solutions. And many times it's three, four, five different options. And the beautiful part about it is that we're in your corner in these discussions. So we're trying to help you understand what the offers are in detail. Sometimes in the lending process, you'll get 80% of the facts, and then you get surprised by the other 20 somewhere in the loan process. What we try to do is make sure that any of those potential bear traps or pitfalls, you understand up front so that you got your eyes wide open and we've got those things cleared so that there's a better chance of a successful outcome for your loan request. And then the other main objective that we have is we understand that our investors don't really want to spend their time and effort in the lending process. It's not the highest and best use of their time. So what we do is we take those time-consuming parts of it, the search for capital and finding that right option, and then also the paperwork burden. Most of our investors hate to be in the office scanning and uploading documentation, downloading things and sending them in. So what we try to do is we do a lot of that work for them. We use e-signatures a lot. We also, once we have a client's information the first time, we can use it again and again and again, which makes the lending process much simpler. So we really become your finance team. We become a group that works not only finding the option, but also like a virtual assistant in the administrative areas to, again, make sure that we lighten the paperwork burden. We work with the lenders to make sure that all of the loans continue to make progress. We also are able to, call them out sometimes when they're asking for something that maybe they shouldn't need. So again, using all of that experience to help our borrowers have a successful outcome with the very best terms that fit that particular project.
So help me understand the journey, both the lender journey on your website and the borrower journey on your website. Because as a borrower, I'm going to see different things enrolling on your site than, let's say, I'm a lender would. If I'm a borrower, what should I expect? What are some of the initial things that I'm doing to set myself on a path where I have lenders across the country bidding on my project?
Right. So first of all, we've tried to make the loan request process very simple. Honestly, it takes about 3 minutes to put in your deal information. And over time, we've learned exactly what the lenders need in order to provide those detailed loan offers. So what will happen is that as you go in and upload that, you will have your own dashboard, which will show you just your property. It will show you all the offers. You'll actually get alerts when new offers come in. And the best part about it is that you will get to compare side by side up to 3 offers at a time in great detail. It gives you great offer transparency, everything from rates, fees, what it costs for, the other expenses involved in the transaction, what prepayment fees are if they apply in the case of a rental loan. So again, what we try to do is create that transparency to reduce the level of surprises or negative surprises that could occur in the lending process. So again, the beautiful part about it is that over a 72-hour period, generally, lenders can not only see the offers that they've made to you, but they can also see the offers that other lenders have made. So they can come in like an auction style process and bid better and better and better to get you better and better terms throughout the bidding period. So again, that is kind of our secret sauce, is getting real competition and then not just turning the process over to you once you've found the option, but then helping guide you through the rest of that process, again, to a successful closing.
So maybe one of the last questions I have for you is if I'm a lender, is it as easy for me to sign up and be a part of your portal as, say, the borrower sign-up process, which you mentioned takes roughly about 3 minutes? What
It
information
is.
do I have to?
It's probably 2 minutes
Okay,
for a lender to sign up. And the beautiful part about the platform is that it's essentially free deal flow for lenders. There's no cost to join the platform. What we do is we'll talk you through the process, and our platform fee will just need to be integrated into the offer that is made by the lender. So the lender sign up process is very simple. The bidding process, when you decide to bid, may take all of 30 seconds. Once you've had a chance to review the case and decide what you want to offer. So again, we've tried to make it very simple and time effective for you. And again, as I mentioned, you'll get alerts throughout the process, and those alerts will let you know when another lender may have bid on a deal you're interested in, or or a deal is coming to the end of its bidding period. So again, those alerts will come in the form of emails and text messages, and can help you really become successful in the overall bidding process. And as I said, there is no cost to become a part of the platform.
that's awesome as a lender. And am I paying any fees up front as a borrower? Because I know that's like a major thing. Or is it free for me as a borrower to join also?
Yeah, it's free as a borrower as well. There's no cost to participate on the platform to upload your transaction. And again, our simple exchange fee will be integrated into the offers. And if the offers make sense for you, there is no additional cost.
Well, that sounds like a no-brainer. I like it. Damon, this was awesome. Where do I go? How do I get in touch with you and your team if I have any questions about signing up, or if I'm just confused? Which, I mean, I was on your site. There's nothing confusing about it, but you have that one person that's like, I can't find the menu button. How do I get in touch if I have such a question?
Sure, it's very simple. You can call us at 636-552-4710 and talk to myself or one of our account executives, or you can simply go to loanbids.com, and that's loanbids with a Z. Take 3 minutes, upload your loan request, and or as a lender, upload your lender information, and one of our account executives will reach out to you promptly.
Damon, this was awesome. Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate the insights.
Thank you, Avi.
This next segment is brought to you by AaronBChapman.com. Bypass all the overcomplications of the common suit and tie mortgage guy and connect with Aaron B. Chapman and his team of real estate experts at Security National Mortgage. No fluff, no complicated industry speak, just brutally direct action. Check it out. Visit www.aaronbchapman.com today. So if you're remodeling your house, or you're remodeling a renovation project, and you're like, hey, I need to sell this one day, but I don't know where my investment dollars should go to get the best ROI on my money. Is it going to be the basement? Is it going to be the roof? Is it going to be the landscaping, the mailbox perhaps? Okay, I'm kidding about the mailbox. Definitely not the mailbox. The mailbox is like a $50 fix. Okay, maybe $100 depending on what kind of mailbox you need. Maybe during COVID time, you want like that vacuum mailbox. I think like what the bank tellers use, the vacuum communication system. I think it's kind of interesting. A recent article on thinkrealty.com, written by the editorial staff, talks about a couple of things that you could do to upgrade your home and see the highest and best use of your capital and of your time. Number one, kitchen. I think that's very self-explanatory. Quote, in many respects, a kitchen remodel is the quintessential home renovation project. There's a 77.6 average ROI based off of a kitchen remodel, which is roughly a little over $23,000 on a return on investment that most owners will see. Now, the benefit here, most homeowners and most investors will complete the remodel for less than that anyway. So the ROI that you're making it's through the roof. Number two, master bedroom remodels. Here you're going to see roughly a 70.1% ROI, which equates roughly to an average of $19,000, which I think is really interesting. And a couple of essential projects. You've got your home's heating, cooling system, the technology in your home as well, I think are also really good opportunities to take a look at to find that extra, squeak out that extra dollar in return because you know you need it. If you have any questions, get in touch with us. Go to thinkrealty.com. Again, check out loanbids.com for your loan needs, of course, as a real estate investor. And we can't do this podcast without the support of our podcast sponsor, Marco Santorelli and his team at Norada Real Estate Investments, your premier source for cash flow investment property. Visit www.turnkeyrealestateinvestments.com for more information. Think Realty Nation, that's a wrap. Until next time, happy investing.